All right, guys, final three matches of the day are about to start, and so we should have the Koriori Sanyaku, a special little ceremony they do on day 15. I started the video right there at the end of the Wakamoto Haru match just so you could catch the score, that he did get a win, and he went up to 6-9 for the tournament. So I think that'll be enough for him to get demoted from Sekiwake just down to Komusubi, and they will they'll keep him in Sanyaku. But like I said, I'm not the best predictor of the Banzuke, so he might get demoted all the way out. They might make room for, say, Takayasu and Tobizaru. We'll just have to see. But he definitely needed the win today, and he got it. Onosho finishes with an awful 3-12 record at Maegashira 5. So like Asanoyama with a basically almost a similar 4-11 record at Maegashira 1, both of those men will go way down the Banzuke for the January tournament. One Komusubi Hokuto Fuji finishes at 5-10. One Komusubi finishes at 6-9, and one of our Sekiwake finishes at 6-9. The other two Sekiwake, of course, Kotonowaka and Daisho, have Kachikoshi and more, so they'll both stay. Those will be our Sekiwake. We should only have two, most likely, because no Komusubi are getting promoted. Only two Sekiwake in January. Okay, here we go with the special two triangles. So one triangle with the point being Takakeisho, I guess. And then the other three guys combating those three men will come on. And they'll do an opposite-looking triangle with Atamifuji, who's never done this before. So he's probably a little out of sync with the other two guys, but that's okay. And the two Ozeki behind him. And he will stay on the dohyo as he's about to fight. So Atamifuji, winner of the Kanto show, the special prize, so congrats to him for that. That's a monetary reward and just a feather in your cap. And he could also win the Outstanding Performance Award. I think it's conditional, and I think that means he has to win the Yusho. So that would just be yet another prize he would get besides the Emperor's Cup. Kotonowaka, on the other hand, can get a Fighting Spirit prize if he wins this match. So he also has a conditional prize for this match. And nobody got the Shikun... Well, nobody got the Gino show, the Technique Award. None was awarded. And the Shikun show will only go to Atamifuji if he wins the Yusho. So Kotonowaka and Atamifuji, obviously, both wanting to win this match, but for very different reasons. And Atamifuji, of course, if he wins, 12-3 record, and so he has to hope Takakeisho can then beat Kirishima in the final match to force a playoff, and he'd get one more shot at the Yusho. If he loses here, then it doesn't matter what Kirishima does. Win or lose, he will be the champion of the Fukuoka Basho. So, what are you guys rooting for Sekiwake Kotonowaka to get an 11th win, get the Fighting Spirit prize as he rises toward Ozeki, or are you hoping the youngster, the Maegashira 8, gets that 12th win and we possibly have a playoff? Of course, in between, we're going to have Ozeki Hoshoru taking on Sekiwake Daisho. That's the penultimate match today. Both men at 9-5. So just fighting one of them will end up with double-digit wins for the tournament. And then we'll get Takakeisho Kirishima to finish us off, perhaps, or we might have a playoff. All right. Other winners and losers from earlier today, let me give you some spoilers. Awuga. Juryo 3 Kageyaki came up from the Juryo division to fight Nishiki Fuji. Kageyaki lost. He's now 5-10. Nishiki Fuji only improved to 6-9 with the win. He'll be demoted at Maegashira 16. Hirata Umi got a 9th win over Kitonowaka. Ryuden got a 10th win over Tsurugisho. Oho got his Kachikoshi by beating Mitakeumi. Miyogiru went to 6-9 by beating Tomokaze, giving him Makekoshi. Roga got a 5th win over Endo. They both finished 5-10. Ichi Yamamoto, as I mentioned, got an 11th win and a special prize. He beat Kim Bozan. Chirano Umi beat Midori Fuji. Both men finished with a very good 9-6 record. Gonoyama was on the channel. Tobizaru was on the channel. Takayasu beat Tamawashi in kind of a merry-go-round match. So he finishes 10-5, and Tamawashi finishes 9-6. Meisei got just his 4th win of the tournament to finish 4-11 at Maegashira 2 by beating To Hakuru. The Maegashira 15 is at 5-10, so he'll be demoted back down to Juryo. You saw a little piece of the Shodai Takata Fuji. There was a Mono-ii in a second match. Then Ura Hokuseiho was on the channel. Nishikigi went to 7-8. Still not a winning record, but added one by beating Hokuto Fuji. And then everything else has been on the channel. Wakamoto Haru 6-9 after beating Onosho 3-12. All right. Turn on some crowd noise. Let's see who's going to get it. Atamifuji is on my team, so I'm rooting for him. The one bright spot on my team. Although I have 3 out of 4 wins so far. All right, so that's it. Our champion is Kirishima.
足がついていきませんでした。勝った琴ノ若は11勝目。この瞬間に霧島の4場所ぶり2回目の優勝が決まりました。この場所も千秋楽まで優勝を争った熱海富士、涙を飲みます。琴ノ若にとっては大きな1勝です。あまりにもちょっとあっけなかったですかね。
So that 11th win will allow Kotonowaka to add to his 9 in September and go into January with 20 wins. So if he had a really good tournament in January, went 13-2 or 14-1, he could get promoted to Ozeki in March. So he's got to really, try to do his absolute best in January and possibly become an Ozeki. But even then, 10 or 11 wins would set him up well to have a good March, and then he could become an Ozeki in May. So 11 wins is always great way to finish off. And he also gets a special prize. So congrats to him. And Atamifuji, of course, great tournament, and he will go way up the Bansuke toward Maegashira 1 or 2, I think. Okay, come on back. 2 more to go.